We are all going to age. Yes, even you, Miss 20-year-old. And you know, that next inevitable step that freaks most people out. But maybe there's a different definition of being ageless. Maybe it's more to do with our mindset. And maybe we're more than just a number. We are ageless. So, if being ageless isn't about looking younger, what the heck does it mean? And where are you in your aging journey?
Are we ready?
Ready.
In previous episodes, host Gray Rogers travelled far and wide to seek out those who seem truly ageless, to find out what their secret is.
So good to meet you finally.
Yeah.
A long journey, huh?
Here we are, Arnhem Land.
Are your folks still around, or?
No, I lost Mum and Dad 9 weeks apart.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I regret never getting around to asking Mum and Dad more questions about their seemingly ageless approach to it all. Anyway. So now I'm seeking out those who also seem ageless to me. What's the secret for you?
You can do anything in life if you want to. It has to be up here.
Our resident experts, Heidi, our relationship counsellor, and Ange, our style mentor, helped those who continue to navigate their journey into the later stages of their life.
The exciting lesson we can all learn is that it's never too late for love.
Everything can be cured with love.
Much has been experienced and learned.
I don't like the pain. Okay.
Life is like a roller coaster, just ride it hard.
Live it. Because guess what? It's short. I think at this stage in life, hopefully, a person is more clear on what is really, truly important.
Now Gray reaches his final destination. To visit a person who not only embodies being ageless,
Hello, Gray.
but is seemingly limitless, with a mindset that allows him to achieve the impossible.
To meet people like this, they're so energised by life despite their age. I'm on my way to meet Ben Felton. He's already an inspiration to me.
Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
Ben Felton has got the biggest balls of any man I know.
He's got a focus that's unbelievably strong.
Look, what Ben does is extremely dangerous.
I'm 56. I don't bounce like I used to.
I think if the conditions were good, we could nail 300 kilometres an hour.
One tiny error could be the last mistake you ever make. How many people have died chasing speed?
Come down a bit further to the bike. Okay.
Oh yeah, beautiful. And he's blind. And a few years ago, he set the land speed record on a motorbike. Blind.
Be prepared for him to start and stop.
Yeah.
Right?
No worries.
You want to make sure you're aware of that.
Oh, good.
You're in your head now. It's yours.
Focused.
Okay. You
Yeah,
focus.
in the zone.
Kevin will call you when he's ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Righto, Kev, in your hands.
Got me, Ben. Righto.
That's when I really started getting nervous. I know there's concrete walls right there, and I don't want to hit them.
Ready when you are.
Just because you're blind doesn't mean you can't see. I call myself the blind man with a vision, because I have a mission and I have a purpose. For me, it wasn't so much the diagnosis about going blind. That was traumatic enough as it was. But to be written off, not having a sense of place in the world, not having a sense of purpose in life. And that rattled me for 15 or 20 years.
How did you get on the other side of that?
A very long story.
All right, love, I'm off.
In the kitchen, love. All right.
Have a great day.
Have a good day, sweetheart.
You're gonna let me go?
No. All right, have a good day, love.
See you.
Bye, sweetheart.
See you tonight. Bye.
Hey, Google, what's the time?
It's 10:31 a.m.
Oh, she's 1 minute late. Hey, Google, who's the fastest blind man on a motorcycle?
On the website webbikeworld.com, they say blind Aussie rider Ben Felton is officially the fastest blind man on two wheels.
Ben has developed this incredible mindset, which he clearly hasn't developed overnight. I can't wait to hear how he reached the other side.
Hello?
Ben, it's Gray.
Hello, Gray.
How you doing, mate?
Excellent. Good to see you. Very good. Come in. Come and join us.
So how's the day been, boy? How's the last couple of days been?
Great to get back on the bike again. And
That was pretty awesome to watch.
oh, look, I could have gone for another 100 laps.
So what is blind speed?
I want to empower blind people, vision impaired people, to get out there to be able to race a car or even ride a motorbike. So this is how we're just changing the whole paradigm. New realm. Our goal is to set an Australian blind car land speed record. Motorbikes and the Navy, they were my two things as a boy. I wanted to become a marine engineer in the Navy, and I wanted to race motorcycles. And my dad, he did have motorbikes, and I went on a few doubles with him when I was a teenager. And when I was about 12 or 13, he took me to the races one day. And I was like a kid in a lolly shop. I was just totally besotted by the sounds of the two-stroke engines. I remember standing on the pit wall and the bikes just tearing past, and I just went, wow. So ever since I was a little kid, I was just totally drawn to it. When I was 15 and a half, my life turned upside down. I crashed into a tree and broke my nose, and I had concussion. I knocked myself out. After a series of tests over several weeks, on my last appointment at the specialist, the professor said, "Excuse me, Ben, do you mind going and waiting in the waiting room?" My mum walked out and she was crying. She goes, "Come on, let's go. We've got to go." I'm saying, "Mum, what's happened?" She goes, "Oh, I can't talk to you about this now, you know." And we got on the freeway and I said, "Mum, you have to tell me what's going on." She said, "Ben, you've got retinitis pigmentosa, you're going to go blind, and it might happen next week, next month or next year." And the professor said to my mother, "There's nothing I can do. Take him home and buy a billiard table." So basically, he wrote me off. I didn't just get told I was going to go blind, but I also had my career, my dreams, my aspirations, me joining the Navy, travelling the world, becoming a marine engineer, all just ripped away from me. And that's when my world turned upside down. I felt that I was on a slippery slope into the abyss of darkness. And sooner or later, I was going to hit the bottom, rock bottom.
6 years ago in May, I woke up and realised that there was something going wrong with my eyesight. A surgeon basically held my hand and said, "You've got, what sight you've got, Gary? We can't help you. Go and make memories." Absolutely nothing but floored by it, just traumatised. And I just couldn't fathom this, that from the day before I held a driver's licence, and just absolutely there's nothing that matches it. I didn't want to be there.
The actual day I went blind. That morning, when I woke up and I heard the birds chirping, and I jumped out of bed, flung the curtains open, and I went, oh, it's still dark outside. Couldn't see a thing. So I closed the curtains and I lay back in my bed, and as soon as I lay back, I heard the birds chirping. And I went, hang on a minute. The birds only chirp when the sun's up. So I jumped out of bed again and I opened the curtains, and it was dark outside, and I put my face up to the window and I felt the sun coming through and the warmth on my face. My God, it's finally happened. And I was in shock, complete shock. I've had several of my blind colleagues, unfortunately, never saw the light at the end of the tunnel. They committed suicide. Come on, Gaz, let's go and take these pups for a test drive. Come on, Cloud, come on, Oz. All right, and then we're just gonna...
Got him?
Yeah, and then come out to your right here, just on the edge of the grass here. I won't get too technical.
Yeah.
This is the first...
That's good, because we could crash.
All right, so you've got L plates on, right?
I have.
So the trick here is, right, nice and relaxed. Both of you nice and relaxed, OK? You've got to trust the dog. That's the hard pick, Gary. So let me show you how you're holding that harness. That's good.
Yep. Ben contacted me and said, how about we get together, add you to the team, and then talking to Ben, that whole stabilisation I needed, that Ben had been through what I've had and still has to deal with it.
I knew where Gary was at, right?
Where was that?
In his stage of personal development in his blind life. And I knew exactly where he was. So I've been there and done it all, right? The actual day I went blind, it was like this relief. Wow, it's finally happened. For the first time since my diagnosis, I had stability in my life. I was scared to go out of the house because I was scared shitless that I might go blind, and how would I get back home? Being a totally blind person is a lot easier because when you've got a little bit of sight, you're always trying hard to use it. And when you lose it, eventually you do lose it, you step into a new paradigm. It's a new world.
This is one of our special places. We come here practically every day. Didn't really know him very well for quite a few years, but gradually we started working together. And he reckons he did see me once or twice.
I squeezed my bicep and she felt my bicep and that was it.
She said, he goes, do you want to feel my bicep?
So being blind, there are lots of benefits. I've had the honour and privilege to represent Australia in rowing, and I've won 3 world rowing titles. I've travelled the world and I've played blind cricket, and I've been in the first Ashes tour of England. Wouldn't have happened if I was an average bloke, 2.3 children paying off a mortgage.
That was a better run, that was.
Until you actually set the land speed record, did you have multiple attempts? Or?
Yes, we had a 20-minute window. We had 1 shot at it.
When I'd heard that there was some organisation in Australia which had allowed someone that was blind to compete again, that just lit a light at the end of the tunnel for me.
Ben Felton had contacted Motorcycling New South Wales. They contacted me if I was interested in helping Ben break the Guinness World Land Speed Record for a motorcycle ridden blindfolded. So, you know, you've got, like, gone blind and, you know, you want to do something, and if you can get help to do it, then I'm sort of a why not person.
Do you get scared?
Absolutely. It's really dangerous what we're doing.
Can we talk about the plan?
So our general procedure is the team gets together and we always have a briefing session, right? Everyone knows exactly what we're going to do, who's got to do what role, what's expected of each other. It's been a while since we've ridden a bike, so I've certainly, it's going to be a bit rusty this morning, so...
My only concern is that you might be a bit too excited, as in a bit Ben Felton, gung-ho.
Well...
So you'll have to calm down, just keep it tempered.
Kev's got the final call.
Yeah.
Right, he says what's going to happen because he's the one that's got to steer you down there. So.
Yeah.
And most of all, listen to me, because I can see.
Well, yeah, yeah. As usual, if anyone has a feeling, an intuition or anything like that, or something is not right, just pull the pin, OK? Just say, fellas, hang on, something's not right. Kelvin, if you see something...
If someone's got an itch about running,
whatever,
pull the pin.
That's it.
Until we sort it out.
Yep, that's fair enough.
So everyone's got to be, we've all got to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Awesome, fellas. Chanel number 5, hey, Magoo.
You idiot.
Watching Ben on the track, about to ride a motorcycle blind, I still can't wrap my head around it. How's it possible? Why does he do it? What's ultimately driving him?
He's putting his life at risk. You know, he's also inadvertently putting Kevin's life at risk because Ben could go down and Kevin could run into him.
Well, that's nice wide. It's like that all the way down, is it?
No.
Oh.
It's not quite that wide.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh, can you just take that wedding ring?
Got it.
Don't lose it, otherwise I'm in big trouble.
Yep. Right, okay. If they call and want us to stop, pop the horn. Kevin gives the instructions to Ben over a two-way radio. It's transmitting all the time, and he can just concentrate on riding the bike and watching where Ben's going.
You got me, Ben? Righto. Ready when you are. Fire up and we'll have a crack at it. Bit more. Right. There. Go, right.
I'm not doing it because I want to set land speed records. I never wanted to be written off. I felt I didn't have a place in society. I had a victim mentality, but when I took responsibility, I empowered myself. And it was a light switch moment. I can't change the world, but I can make a difference. Bingo. That's the answer.
Right, pull her up there, that'll do you.
Hey!
How was that?
Hey, that was good.
On the way down, you kind of veered over, but it was looking good. It was so fast.
It was all right. It was pretty cool.
So what's the ultimate goal?
So if I have a responsibility to be a positive role model, you know, to change cultural attitudes about people with a disability.
What's the next chapter at the moment?
Well, we're working on developing our own blind driver guidance system. Gary's, I discovered, was a brilliant engineer, mechanical engineer, and especially a blind one who could potentially help me develop a blind driving system.
I'll say this straight up, it saved my life.
My disability is I can't see.
Yeah.
So if I can develop technology that'll help me see, I don't have a disability.
For Ben, vision is no barrier, neither is age, and he's, what, 55 now, I'm a bit older than him, and we've still got so much to do.
There's been a lot of tears and a lot of pain and suffering, and so wisdom comes at a high price. That's why it's so valuable. When you do come out the other side, when you have knowledge, understanding and wisdom. That's true power.
As I drive away from Ben, what strikes me most is how successfully he ignores the common narrative about people with disabilities, that they get written off. You often hear from people in this age group this idea of becoming invisible, irrelevant. Ben's not only entering this later phase of his life full steam ahead, but he's doing so with this disability. I can't think of anyone more visible, more relevant. And like Ben, all of these people I've met have faced serious challenges. Sarah Jane has this rare sense of conviction she's earned over a lifetime. And Barbara, who relentlessly works from 3 in the morning till 9 at night in Australia's hostile outback, growing this legacy of her land. Tim has completely transformed his personal and professional life with a new business in his 50s. Mark and Judy continue to grow their legacy and talk of 30-year plans, despite being in their early 70s. When you learn of someone's age, you can so quickly have a preconceived notion about how they might live their lives. I know I did.
Part of my camo.
They all have a sense of conviction, a passion, a mission, which fuels this life force that's incredibly vibrant and youthful. It's a sense of purpose that renders their age irrelevant and makes them forever cool.
We are ageless.